Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Wayne State University and the College of Fine, Performing, and Communication Arts, we welcome you to the Gretchen C. Valade Jazz Center and the 2025 Arts Achievement Awards. Please welcome to the stage the Assistant Dean for Student Services, Maya Calloway Richardson.
Thank you, and good evening. Welcome everyone to the 46th Annual Arts Achievement Awards. We are so honored to have all of you here for this well-deserved recognition and celebration. Since 1975, the Arts Achievement Awards have been a long-standing ceremony to celebrate outstanding career achievements of educators, civic leaders, and Wayne State University alumni and former students from the programs that comprise the College of Fine, Performing, and Communication Arts. The truth is, we couldn't do what we do without the generous support of our community, working together to strengthen the arts and communication landscape of Detroit and beyond. It is these partnerships that allow us to provide the much-needed support for our students who are absolutely our future. And we truly are fortunate to have distinguished arts advocates and alumni who, through their accomplishments, bring great distinction and honor to the college and to Wayne State University. We have always believed it's important to acknowledge these achievements and hold them up as models for our current and prospective students to see so they understand what success looks like. And that is why we're here, to celebrate you, our outstanding alumni, our supporters, and our arts educators. It is your commitment and advocacy to the arts and communication and achievements in your respective fields that brings us all here together today. As you all know, our college is home to Detroit's aspiring artists, performers, scholars, entrepreneurs, and communication professionals. We are the College of Makers and Storytellers, and our Wayne State students and alumni are agents and ambassadors for creativity. On behalf of the entire college, I am so grateful and exceptionally proud of the community and the global impact of the communication and the arts. So with that, I would like to begin this evening by welcoming Governor Brian Barnhill II, Vice Chair of Wayne State University's Board of Governors, to tonight's ceremony with a few remarks. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and we are so grateful you could take the time to come and welcome our group of prestigious alumni and supporters as we recognize them for their achievements. We appreciate your support in the college in all the ways that the arts and communication make up a campus of vibrant and healthy community. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. All right. Okay. Good evening. As was mentioned, my name is Brian Barnhill. I am the Vice Chairman of the Wayne State University Board of Governors. And on behalf of the Board of Governors, I'd like to welcome you all to Wayne State University and to the College of Fine and Performing Arts 2025 Arts Achievement Awards. We appreciate everyone who has taken the time to come out tonight to our beautiful Gretchen C. Valade Jazz Center to recognize all the outstanding alumni and friends of the university gathered here. We are here tonight, of course, to honor a phenomenal group of individuals whose efforts have strengthened our university and our communities. We want to recognize them for their devotion to the arts and to communication, for their invaluable professional and academic achievements, and for their overall service to our vibrant College of Fine, Performing, and Communication Arts. We are here tonight to say thank you. We thank you because we realize that the arts aren't merely distractions or luxuries to be enjoyed by the few. They are a necessary part of our lives and of our society. They are the tools we take up to recount our stories, to preserve our history, to understand our present, and to map a brighter future. Our honorees this evening embody the enduring power of the arts, and their achievements remind us that the arts don't just touch audiences, they empower and transform communities. Once again, welcome, and thank you for coming out to be part of tonight's event. And next, while she couldn't be here, our provost, Dr. Lori Clabo, also would like to share some congratulations, which we will share with you tonight via a recorded greeting. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the winners of this year's Arts Achievement Awards. On behalf of President Bierschbach and all of the university leadership, it is really an honor to congratulate you on your significant achievements. You know, this event, the College of Fine Performing and Communication Arts Achievement Awards, is one of my favorite events of the year, and I am so sorry that I can't be there to celebrate with you in person tonight. As Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs at Wayne State, I am so proud of the high caliber of artistic achievement that comes from our College of Fine Performing and Communication Arts. Your work and distinguished achievements in fine art, communications, music, acting, advocacy, and education are truly exceptional. And to those of you who are alumni, thank you for bringing great distinction and honor to the college and to the university through your terrific achievements. All of you serve as models for our current and prospective students, contributing to a legacy of artistic excellence here at Wayne State and in the city of Detroit. Thank you for your dedication to your craft and to our community, and congratulations.
To present the Career Achievement Award in Theater, please welcome the Chair for the Maggie Allisey Department of Theater and Dance, Michael J. Barnes.
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to introduce Deborah Joy Winans. When I arrived at Wayne State in 2005, Deborah Joy, who was just called Joy back then, was in her final year as an undergraduate. Besides receiving her BFA in performance with us, Deborah Joy also took part in our Month in Moscow program and received a certificate of completion. After graduation, she continued her studies at the California Institute of Arts, where she received her MFA in acting. From the moment I saw her work in my Voice Lab 4 class during the fall semester, I recognized that Joy had an immense talent. Sometime in that semester, we had a conversation where she told me something along the lines of, "All my family are singers, I can't sing, I'm just an actor." Well, I could tell then that there was something special, and I knew that I had to push her out of her comfort zone because I was hoping she would audition well and I could possibly cast her in the show that I was directing at the end of the year, Little Shop of Horrors. That same semester, when I went to dialect coach a film with Kelly Preston that she dragged me into, her Uncle BB happened to be in that film. And at that chance, I was able to talk to him and say, you know, we need to talk to Joy and convince her that she could sing. I believe at the time he mentioned something about how ridiculous she was with those thoughts, and he agreed with me. Needless to say, Deborah Joy ended up shining in her audition, and I cast her as Ronette in Little Shop of Horrors. Funnily enough, she, as my non-singer, was the one who kept telling me that our middle voice in the three-part harmonies needed to sing out more. Now, Deborah Joy Winans is known as an actor and a singer, and is best known for her portrayal of Charity Greenleaf on the award-winning drama Greenleaf, which was produced Greenleaf was produced by Oprah Winfrey on her OWN network. In addition to starring in the series, she is featured on the Greenleaf soundtrack and the single The Master's Calling, which broke the top 20 in the gospel Billboard chart 2 weeks after its release. She also sang on the single Changed for season 3 of the Greenleaf soundtrack with Grammy Award-winning artist Patti LaBelle. Not bad for someone who can't sing. As a Detroit native, most of us know her deeply musical family, but her first passion has always been acting. I can still clearly remember her leading the cast of The Adventures of a Black Girl in Search of God by Janet Sears and directed by Aku Kadogo here from Detroit in her final year with us. Since Greenleaf, she has starred in films and TV shows such as Don't Waste Your Pretty alongside with Carrie Hilson, The Color of Love on Lifetime, A Sisterly Christmas on OWN, and The Final Say on BET+. In November of 2023, the anthology series Terror Lake premiered, and she showed us, in this suspenseful thriller, that she had an ability to work in a different genre than what she had done previously. Recently, she also launched a new video podcast, Choosing Joy, which focuses on honest life experiences and how to move through them with courage, faith, and ultimately, joy. While her work has been primarily on the screen, she never forgot her theater roots. Deborah Joy starred as Cece Winans in Born for This during its regional theater run at the Alliance Theater in Atlanta, Arena Stage in DC, and the Broad Stage in Los Angeles. She also shared with me in a recent conversation that she's beginning work on an album. Again, remember, she's a non-singer. So before I finish, I want to share one more memory of Deborah Joy. I have many, but this one stands out. I was meeting with Joy to talk about something over lunch, have no idea what it was at this point, at the Olympic Grill, which she tried to get me to go to today and I refused. Right before we finished, she exclaimed, "Oh, I have a final tap presentation for Naira's class and I forgot to prepare something." Well, this was about 15 minutes before she was supposed to be in class. Joy went to class, improvised an entire tap number, and then ended up being used as an example of what a well-choreographed tap number should be like. Leave it to her to overachieve even when she should have fallen on her face. It really does demonstrate her natural talent. Joy, I am waiting for you to tap on an upcoming project. I finish by saying Deborah Joy Winans exemplifies the warrior spirit and what a Wayne State graduate can achieve. I am proud to say that I provided maybe a little bit of guidance for her as a student and continue to call her friend, even when she's terrible at answering a text message. I know that while we will see her accomplish so much more in her career, that she is most proud of the relationship she has with her husband, Terrence Williams, and her 3-year-old son, Terrence David. Distinguished guests, I celebrate Deborah Joy Winans, recipient of the 2025 Arts Achievement Award representing the Maggie Allesey Department of Theater and Dance.
Oh, man. Okay.
Woof. Okay, hi. Hi, good evening. Praise the Lord. We not in church, I'm sorry. Hi. But I do love the Lord, so that's where we are. Michael, thank you. Okay. They said 2 to 3 minutes. I'm an actor and I like the stage, but I'm gonna hurry up and get off, I promise. First of all, I thank the Lord. My life has been based on a beautiful foundation with God first, and always trying to trust his guidance in everything that I do. And it doesn't mean that I'm perfect, it just means that I keep getting back up. I fall short, but I trust that he's still there and that he's still giving me purpose. I started at Wayne State 24 years ago. That is wild. 24 years ago, Uncle Peanut. I started becoming an adult here, and the theater department shaped me in so many ways. Not just plays, but the discipline of it all. If you couldn't show up to class on time, then that meant you couldn't be trusted to show up to rehearsal on time. And if theater is the thing that you love and the thing that you find yourself wanting to do, that's the goal, then you become more and more disciplined to get to that ultimate goal, which for me was the stage. So thank you to Jerry Cleveland, he's not here, but he ran the Black Theater program, for not only seeing my gifts, but pushing me to be the best every time. Thank you for running the Black Theater program and bringing diversity to our school. And thank you for the space where you shined a light on us so that we could travel around the city and shine that light on our people. Thank you for amazing directors and teachers like D. Christy Houston, Dr. James Thomas, and Michael, who defied the norms and trusted me in their leads when that was not the typical way to go. It showed me that with hard work and discipline, there goes that word, I can absolutely play any role I set my mind to do. Michael J. Barnes, my teacher, my director, my friend, my mentor. Thank you. A lot of my growing up at Wayne State came with our many conversations, our lunches, our laughter, and sometimes tears, but love and trust was always at the center. You put me in a musical despite my feeling like my voice wasn't the best, as we've heard, and you helped me shape a better opinion of all the gifts that God had given me. You have truly made a mark on my life that will never be changed, and for that I thank you. Thank you for remembering me and honoring me. Thank you to my family. Y'all, I got rows. I got rows on rows on rows. What? You can't tell me I'm not loved. Thank you to my family. My Winans family, from which I come. My dad, my brothers, my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents. You showed me a faith and a love for God that changed and continues to change my life. And now I get to share that with my son. And that makes life so beautiful. My family in love, also known as my husband's family. I'm gonna pull this up because I'm tired of looking down. Praise the Lord. You've been mine for over 12 years now. And I'm grateful for your constant love and support for us. And thank you to my chosen family. Why are you looking at me, Eves? Some of whom were able to be here today. The way you all love us and are the village of all villages. I'm grateful for your honesty, your support, and your true friendship. It really means the world. My mother, Deborah Kerr Winans, I wanted her to be here today. She has pretty advanced Alzheimer's, but when I told her I was receiving this award, her face lit up. And she said, "Ooh, all those plays I used to take you to." She remembered. and that was a blessing. So to my mom, thank you for every drop-off at school, rehearsal, show, recital, lesson, all the things. She had me in horseback riding lessons, y'all. We did all the things. Thank you for seeing every single show that I did at Wayne State. Thank you, Sister Wright. You saw every show. I appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you for supporting me and believing in me. I love you and I will forever be grateful that you are my mom. And then I'm almost done, y'all. Terrence James Williams, my husband, my baby daddy. Thank you for making sure that we don't worry about a thing. Thank you for making my dreams your priority. Thank you for loving me sometimes better than I love myself. And thank you for choosing me even when it's hard. Cheers to you, my love. Our home is in California now, and it's been that for quite some time, but I will always be Detroit made. Thank you.
To present the Career Achievement Award in Communication, please welcome the Chair of the Department of Communication, Dr. Pradeep Sopuri.
So in the ideal academic career, teaching is informed by one's research and professional experience. Dr. Jane Fitzgibbon's career, spanning over 3 decades, I think exemplifies this confluence really well. Dr. Fitzgibbon's professional background includes a successful stint in the corporate sector, holding senior management positions at the Chrysler Group. While advancing in the corporate world, she also managed to earn a MA in organizational communication and public relations, then complete her PhD in 2004 in the same area, obtaining both degrees from our department. And the very next year, she joined our department faculty and has been a much-loved member ever since. Dr. Fitzgibbon is first and foremost a dedicated educator, with her experience and interests directly meshing with her teaching. She has taught a wide range of courses in the department, including classes like business communication, organizational communication, public relations, social marketing, at both the undergrad and grad levels. Her industry experience has helped enrich her pedagogy, giving her a unique perspective on the practical applications of communication theory, public relations theory. She has brought this expertise to the classroom, providing her students with a rich understanding of how effective communication practices organizations can adopt. Starting with her PhD dissertation, Dr. Fitzgibbon's research interests have centered around organizational rhetoric, public relations, crisis communication. She has presented her work at numerous conferences and published in reputable journals. And given this research expertise, she has also directed a number of undergraduate honors theses, lots of master's essays, and served as the faculty advisor for many student projects, including that I was a little bit part of, EcoCar 2 outreach team with the College of Engineering. She has shown dedication to student success, ability to inspire them through her exceptional teaching and mentoring skills, both inside and outside the classroom. Throughout her academic career, Dr. Fitzgibbon has also demonstrated a strong commitment to service and to remaining an active citizen of the department and the broader university community. She has shown leadership in developing curricula, especially for the business communication course, for which she was a longtime director, And these curricula have enriched the academic experience of countless students. She has served on many important department and university committees, most notably since 2010, the University Academic Senate. So in recognition of her truly outstanding and inspiring career, it is my genuine honor to present the 2025 Arts Achievement Award on behalf of the Department of Communication to Dr. Jane Fitzgibbon.
Well, like all good communications scholars, I'd like to start out with unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. I would like to thank Pradeep for that wonderful introduction to me. At the same time, there's a number of people in this audience that I would like to recognize. Matt Seeger, Karen McDivitt, Shelley Naja, Adrian Kozlowski, my sister Sarah Jones, I'm losing it, sorry, Catherine McGuire, and, oh my God, I've forgotten. No, it's not. And Brian, we worked together on some of the Senate meetings. So it's really good to see you all. And Judith Moldenar is somewhere around here. There she is. Good to see you, Judith. Plus, I'd also like to thank some of the people that are no longer with us, that without their help, I wouldn't have got here. Pradeep mentioned something about teaching. To me, one of the most important things has been working with students. Not only what I can give them, but what they can give me. And let's be realistic, some of our students have a really, really tough time. Financially, they're challenged, and things aren't getting any cheaper for them. So to me, that's been very, very important. Another person I wanted to thank is Art Bryant. I worked with him years ago on the, what do we call it? Board of Visitors for the college. So the people that I've met in my time at Wayne State, and I can actually beat you, Deborah. I've actually been here off and on 46 years. I came here as an immigrant in 1979 and took classes in dance. And then obviously that was not going to be my forte. But so I moved on to other things. I've seen this facility change. I've seen the university change. And I hope under the current environment that we survive and just become stronger to support our students. Thank you all very, very much. You have no idea what this means to me.
To present the Career Achievement Award in the field of art, please welcome the chair of the James Pearson Duffy Department of Art, Art History and Design, Lauren Coleman.
Hello, everyone. So it's truly my honor and pleasure to introduce Shiva Amadi, our Arts Achievement Awardee in the field of art. Shiva is an alumna of the Department of Art, Art History, and Design at Wayne State, where she earned her MA in 2000, and then her MFA, she stayed with us, she liked us, in 2003. She also earned an MFA from our neighbor up the road, Cranbrook Academy of Art, in 2005, and she holds a BFA from Azad University in Tehran. Shiva Ahmadi is a prolific artist. She tells stories through a variety of approaches, including painting, sculpture, and animation. As she writes of her work, she combines luminous colors and mystical beings with violent imagery, drawing attention to global issues such as migration, war, and brutality against marginalized people. I can personally say that I find her work arresting. They are delicate, beautiful, and even whimsical, while presenting imagery and stories that are violent, difficult, and stark. I see this as one of the great superpowers of her work, using beauty to shed light on the darkest or perhaps most complicated parts of humanity. Shiva is an artist of international acclaim and has had solo exhibitions at the Manetti Shrem Museum of Art at UC Davis, the Asian Art Museum in San Francisco, the Rubin Museum of Art in New York, the Asia Society Museum in New York, and on top of that, her works have been included in group exhibitions at prestigious institutions across the globe, including the Aga Khan Museum in Toronto, the Mori Art Museum in Tokyo, the Arab Museum of Modern Art in Doha, the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto, among so many others. And if that's not enough, her work is in the permanent collections of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That's the Met, y'all. Asian Art Museum in San Francisco, the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles, the Dallas Museum of Art. Do you get what I'm getting at? She's like done a lot. Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, Crocker Art Museum, and right here in Detroit at the Detroit Institute of Arts. And I would be remiss if I didn't say in the Wayne State Art Collection. She received a Kresge Arts in Detroit Fellowship in the award's inaugural year. She was a recipient of an Anonymous Was a Woman Award and the incredibly prestigious Pollock Kransner Foundation grant. So, wowza, that's amazing. Shiva is a professor of art at the University of California, Davis, and her dedication to education is clear. She visited campus on Tuesday to meet with our graduate students and conducted individual studio visits with them, and her attentiveness and generosity was palpable. And Shiva, our students said to me after they met with you that they felt seen and heard, so thank you so much for that. When Shiva arrived on campus, she shared that returning to Detroit and Wayne State was like returning home. She shared with us at CFPCA that professors like John Haggerty, Jeffrey Apt, James Nwara, and Mel Rosas took her in and taught her the foundations of art making, and shared with us that to this day, whenever she's in the studio, she thinks about those lessons. I'm confident that her students feel the same way about her. Welcome home, Shiva. It's good to have you as part of the Wayne State family. And so, because of all of these many accomplishments, paired with her thoughtfulness and generosity to our students, it's my great pleasure to welcome Shiva Ahmadi to the stage.
Thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, dear Lauren. Oh my God, you are such an amazing artist yourself. So all the things that you told about me, yes, it is, oh my God. Yeah, this This always happens. Okay. I'm short, so. Okay. So coming all these beautiful things that you said about me, coming from you, it means a lot to me. It's truly an honor to be here and to be amongst all of you and the honorees. What a wonderful group of people. You know, I came to the United States from Iran in 1998, in the August of 1998, literally 2 weeks before the school starts. So I had about 2 weeks to learn how to drive, how to find my way across the campus, how to speak English, and how to drive in Detroit without a GPS. And also passed the driving test, which I did not, I have to say. And there were times that I was walking in the campus and I was thinking that, my God, can I even finish my degree? Let alone thinking, you know, or even dreaming that one day I will stand here as a distinguished alumni. But in the 5 years that I was here at Wayne State, with the support of this incredible community and my wonderful professors, I found my footing and eventually my voice as an artist. Wayne State was where I learned that art could be more than just a beautiful picture on top of a sofa, that art is a form of resistance, that art can be used as a storytelling and is a form of protest, that you can survive through art. You can talk about what's going on around you through art, and especially at times like now. I want to thank Professor Stanley Rosenthal, may he rest in peace, for accepting me into program. He did even without even meeting me. I want to thank Professor John Haggerty, my favorite Professor Jeffrey Apt, who is here right now. Professor Mel Rosas and Peter Williams, Professor Judith Moldenhauer. I love you, Judith. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are truly rock. You are not only wonderful artists yourself, but also wonderful human being, teachers and mentors. And thanks for pretending to understand my early artist statements. And the mess in my studio that I swore was installation art. And to my family, to my mom and dad, thank you for letting me follow my passion for art, even though you knew I was hopeless in math and science and couldn't do much else. To my sister and to my brother, Shadan and Faramars, thank you for your help. You were here from the first minute I got here, and you helped me through everything. And you pretending that you understand all my artistic ideas, or even writing all my art history papers, even though you're engineers. And to my partner, thank you so much for putting up with me. I love you. For letting me get away with calling every meltdown an artistic block. I'm deeply grateful for this honor and for everything Wayne State gave me: courage, community, and the confidence to tell my story through art. This award is a true, true honor for me, and thank you all for being here, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm grateful. Thank you.
To present the Career Achievement Award in the field of music, please welcome Chair of the Department of Music, Dr. Jeffrey Sposato.
Thank you. Good evening. One of the things I've noticed about the winners of the Arts Achievement Awards in music, and really in all the arts, including the people we've seen tonight so far, is that they've typically done quite a bit more than achieved great success in their field. They're often people whose work crosses traditional disciplinary boundaries, confound our expectations of style and genre, and most importantly, show us that progress in the arts comes from a willingness to take a chance on trying something new. These are traits I'd like to think we nourish at Wayne State, and while it's always gratifying to honor someone who has embraced those traits, it's particularly exciting when that person is also one of our own graduates, or 3 times graduate in this case, such as tonight's honoree, accordionist and composer Julien Labro. Julien's passion for the accordion began at age 9 in his native France, where he was inspired by his love of French chanson and traditional folk music. He went on to train at the Marseille Conservatory, which soon led to his winning of top honors in several prestigious international competitions, none of which I will name here, A, because there are too many, and B, because I will sound unsophisticated when I mispronounce them. French was not my language. Despite this early success, Julien chose to come to the United States to pursue advanced studies not only in classical performance, but also jazz and composition, earning a Bachelor of Music in 2005 and 2 master's degrees in 2007 and 2010 here at Wayne State. He got our complete box set. His time with us was formative, to say the least. In addition to further mastering the bayan, or classical accordion, and its repertoire, he also developed his love for the bandoneon, or tango accordion. He was a 3-time winner of our annual concerto competition, and I've been wondering what those concerti are, because I don't know a lot of accordion concertos myself. He was a recipient of some of our most prestigious scholarships, inducted into the Phi Kappa Lambda Music Fraternity, recognized as a collegiate All-American scholar twice, and won both the Vivian Stolnerook International Entertainment Award and the Art Van Dam International Jazz Accordion Competition. While in Detroit, he also performed in jazz clubs and venues around the city with a group that he formed, Hot Club of Detroit, which won the Best Jazz Traditional Group at the Detroit Music Awards in 2006, 2007, and 2008. As the variety of Julien's degrees suggests, he likes it all. And it's that openness to so many different musical worlds that has allowed him to bring together classical, jazz, tango, chamber, and world music in various combinations, and to become known not only for his virtuosic playing, but also for his compositions and arrangements, his genre-defying concert programming, and his championing of new music. It's what led the Chicago Tribune to describe him as, quote, a triple threat, brilliant technician, poetic melodist, and cunning arranger, unquote, and to hail him as, quote, the next accordion star, unquote. And since that was written a few years ago, I think we could take the next out of that sentence. Since completing his studies, he has performed as a soloist and collaborated with leading artists, both jazz and classical, chamber ensembles, and orchestras across the globe, including the Detroit Symphony, the Boston Symphony, the Orchestra of St. Luke's, and the New World Symphony, and performed in some of the world's most renowned classical and jazz venues. He has premiered works by many of today's most forward-looking composers, and through those works created a space for the accordion and the bandoneon within new music. He's regularly invited to give masterclasses and residencies at top conservatories and universities, which allows him to share his experiences and to expand the imaginative horizons of the next generation of musicians, as he did with our own students this afternoon. Last year, he received a Latin Grammy nomination for Best Classical Composition for his Meditation No. 1, which was premiered in collaboration with the renowned Takash Quartet, a milestone that speaks to his artistry, technical mastery, and the emotional depth of his music. And now, please join me in welcoming Julien Labro to the stage to receive the 2025 Arts Achievement Award in Music.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Wow. I never thought I would be standing here. I spent a lot of time here, as Jeffrey mentioned, but because I liked it here. This university opened the door for me, and it wasn't easy at first, but I found like a home away from home. And even though I don't reside here anymore, I still feel like a few others of you up there, that I feel like Detroit is such a special place that it's like, even if you live anywhere else in the world, Detroit is a very, very special place. And so many people contributed to that. Some of them, I can't name them all, but many, many teachers here shaped me for the musician that I became. So I'd like to thank Wayne State University for this incredible honor. And as I would mention, when I first came to Wayne State from France, I was curious, but also a little unsure where my path would lead. Everything felt so new. I couldn't speak English. I was watching The Simpsons because I had watched them growing up in France, so that was a quick way to learn. It was a little easier than, let's say, Shakespeare. And also the colloquialism was, I could actually talk to people as opposed to just sounding like a book. And even the rhythm of daily life, it was growing up in Marseille and coming here is, I had to learn how to shovel snow and take my car out of snow. I grew up on a beach town, and I was used to just, maybe 6 months out of a year spending at the beach. But I found here a place that welcomed that difference and it encouraged exploration and offered the chance to shape a voice and to perform, to write, and discover connections between the musical worlds that I was trying to just bridge together. The teachers here didn't just hand me the information, but they may have not known exactly where my path would lead, but they gave me the space and encouragement to start finding my voice and to also further explore and experiment with my unusual set of instruments, like Jeffrey mentioned. That openness has shaped how I think about making music still today and how I can connect with other collaborators around the world. It's what gave me the courage to follow an unconventional road. And my goal has always been to bring the accordion and the bandoneon into the concert halls and other space where they don't usually live, and to blend genres and to collaborate with musicians from all over the world and the musical spectrum. And that spirit of curiosity and creativity truly started right here for me. I'm deeply grateful to all my professors and mentors for believing in me, to my peers for inspiring me, and to my family and loved ones for keeping me grounded through all the travels, projects, and adventures that I followed. Receiving this recognition from Wayne State means more than I can express, and it's a reminder of how important it is to have a community that encourages risk, exploration, and trust in one's own instincts. Thank you so much. This truly means a lot to me. Thank you.
To present the Arts Educator and Arts Advocacy Awards, please welcome back to the stage Maya Calloway Richardson.
It is now my pleasure to announce the recipient of the 2025 Arts Educator Award. This award is given to the person who has made an outstanding impact in arts education in the Detroit community by developing the next generation of musicians, entrepreneurs, makers, and creatives who will define the new sights and sounds of these genres. So in hearing that description, it made total and complete sense to me that this year's awardee, Reverend Dr. Maya Lisa Reynolds, is who's receiving this award. She is a dancer, a choreographer, actor, minister, educator, wife, mother, and grandmother, affectionately referred to as Mama Maya, which is her most greatest title that she lives up to within the community. Dr. Reynolds also lectures and teaches history, religion, and culture. She offers family counseling and birth services as a doula and end-of-life ministry to support families in transition. I'm not done though. When not serving as assistant minister at Fellowship Chapel, UCC, you can find Dr. Reynolds in her role of director of the Freedom Institute's Fellows Programs, where she provides guidance and coaching in liberation theology, community activism, and organizing. Dr. Reynolds has taught for 25 years in Detroit, currently serving as the principal of the Detroit School of Arts, a Detroit Public School Community District Fine Performing Mass Communication Arts and Media Arts High School in Midtown. During her time there, Dr. Reynolds has increased enrollment, decreased absenteeism, increased graduation rates, and college admittance. As an artist, like I said, she's well-rounded. Dr. Reynolds performed in a one-woman play, Passing the Life Story of Minerva Roulock, where she portrayed up to 10 characters that spanned 50 years in a true life story of a remarkable woman who met the challenges of racial discrimination, obtained a formal education, and created a family and community filled with faith and love. With all of these accomplishments and much more, please join me in congratulating Dr. Maya Lisa Reynolds in receiving the 2025 Arts Educator Award.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. To the committee who took time out to consider me for this award, I am humbled and thankful. To April and Maya for your hospitality and your kindness throughout this project and process, I am grateful. To my family who I adore and recognize that I have the ability to do all of those amazing things, I thank God for them. To my husband, my partner in the arts and in life, Baba Lumumba, who is here with me this evening, our son Jabari, who was not here with us, but who is a graduate of the music program here at Wayne State University, and our eldest daughter, my A1 since day one, Nzinga, whom I love dearly. My church family, under the direction of our pastor, Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony, I greet you. And to my sister circle, everybody's got to have a sister circle. These are prayer warriors. These are the ones who pick you up when you fall down and who help you along the way. I could not have made it this far without the many prayers that we have seen and prayed together and saw the movement of God in our lives. It was in the late 70s, when I was a 13-year-old living on the west side of Detroit, that I stumbled into the Northwest Activity Center. There, a former Motown artist named Kim Weston had the audacity to convince Coleman Alexander Young to take the workforce money and put some of that money into the arts. She believed in the beauty and the talent of young people in Detroit. I was too young to get paid, but I showed up every day. I signed in and I studied Dunham technique with Clifford Fears, who had just finished a tour with Katherine Dunham. I studied theater with Ron Milner and voice with Kim Weston. I was hooked. I found my voice and I became who I am today because they saw in the youth of Detroit beauty when others saw gang violence. And so that arts connection that I received at the age of 13 has been a part of my life journey. I came to Wayne State when I first graduated from Mumford High School in 1981. But it didn't really work out for me. But I had the opportunity to travel around the world as an artist. I moved back to Detroit and settled down with my husband and began to create a life again for myself here in Detroit. And as an educator, I have taken children around the world from Detroit. And now I have the privilege to serve as the principal of the Detroit School of Arts, where many of our children go to Wayne State. I taught at Cass for 3 years, and several of my students came to Wayne State and received degrees in dance. And so I have an honor and privilege every day to create for our beautiful children in the city of Detroit the creation, the circumstances, the conditions for them to be free, for them to have the tools and the opportunities to be seen, to be creative, and to create for all of us the beloved community, the world that we want to live in, because the world that we want to live in will be created and envisioned and put together by the artists. For that, I am grateful. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for acknowledging me. It is my joy and my pleasure to serve the city of Detroit.
I want to now introduce our recipient for the 2025 Arts Advocacy Award. This award recognizes an outstanding leader in the community who champions the arts and the many institutions that make Detroit thrive. These leaders have both a passion for the arts and for building a spirit of community. I'm just getting back from a conference in New Mexico, and when I introduced myself, not one but two people said, "Oh, you must know Rochelle Riley, and if you don't, you need to." And so I said, actually, I'm going to be with her tomorrow. So this year's well-deserved awardee is Rochelle Riley, a writer by trade and a warrior by necessity. Rochelle spent almost 20 years at the Detroit Free Press as a nationally syndicated columnist, a fierce advocate for children, women, and accountable government before becoming the City of Detroit's Director of Arts and Culture. She left the newsroom in 2019 after having been inducted into the Michigan, North Carolina, and National Association of Black Journalists Hall of Fame. Her pivot to the arts, advocacy, and a different kind of public service seems seamless. Her first project was the United States' first citywide memorial to victims of COVID-19. 15 funeral processions circled the city's Belle Isle, past 924 photo billboards of victims. More than 25,000 cars drove past victims' photos, and millions viewed the procession online and on television. In 2022, Rochelle's office launched the Detroit Mural Map, a partnership with CAMS to document every mural painted on the walls of the city. More than 750 murals and artist biographies are on the site now, including those painted by artists in Detroit City Walls programs that replaces graffiti with art. She also co-hosted the nation's first National Street Art Summit, which brought 7 of the top 10 cities creating murals to Detroit for a conversation about the growing mural movement. Rochelle's love for and commitment to Detroit has touched countless people and is an inspiration to all of us. Please join me in congratulating Rochelle Riley for being the model of an exemplary arts advocate.
So here's the quote. I think everything in life is art. What you do, how you dress, the way you love someone, and how you talk, your smile and your personality, what you believe in and all your dreams, the way you drink your tea, how you decorate your home, or party, or make a grocery list, the food you make, how your writing looks, and the way you feel. Life is art. My job, which I love, is to remind people that art is not a thing, it is a way. It is a way of life. It is the way we live. And the arts are under attack. Art, history, culture, all of those things that dictate how we live, which means our very way of life is under attack. So my job is to continue to be a warrior, to make sure that people know that we will never stop creating art, supporting art, making art. And I was the perfect person to do this job when I left the newsroom, because it would take someone who had spent almost 25 years convincing people to do things to make sure that people understand that the arts must stay. I'll tell you how this got started. I wrote my very first column in 1996. I was living in Louisville, Kentucky, and that column chastised the entire city of Louisville for not honoring Muhammad Ali. There was nothing in the city to let people know that this was where he was raised, this was where he went to the Olympics in 1960 and won a medal. His boyhood home was falling apart. So I wrote this column saying, how dare we? And in it, I included the names of all of the wealthy people in town. So when my editor got the column, he said, well, this is a good column, but you've got all these names of the Browns and the Binghams and all of these people. Do you know them? I said, no, but I know that they're rich. And I think that it's time for us to all step up and do what we need to do. So he left the names in, they printed the column, and the next day, the mayor called me from the Democratic National Convention in Chicago and said, okay, you're right, we're gonna do this. And we raised $80 million for the Muhammad Ali Center. It now sits on the banks of the Ohio River, but when that's your first column, it's like, oh my God, how do you follow that? Well, you follow it by continuing to be a public servant, because I see everything that we do as public service. I can't believe you got me going after my favorite principal, don't tell everybody else, Dr. Lisa Reynolds, because she literally is my heart, and what she does with the children in the arts has made my job easier and fueled my passion to make sure we do more, because I want every child in Detroit who wants a career as a fine or performing artist to know that they can do it. They can become great in Detroit, they can stay in Detroit, and if they want to leave and go to Broadway, they can come back to Detroit. I want us to know how great we are in Detroit. In the 5 years since I opened this Office of Arts, Culture, and Entrepreneurship, named that way so they understand that art is business, and no conversation about workforce development should happen without talking about creative workforce development. When I opened the office, the very first thing I thought is, okay, how am I going to make people understand that Detroit is a part of everything? Detroit DNA is in all music, all theater, all dance. People around the globe, not just around the country, around the globe, know who we are, what we stand for, and what we have given to the arts. So my job is to make sure that people stay aware of that. So I will continue to be a writer by trade, warrior by necessity. I will continue to shout from the rooftops that we are the best. We are the Motor City, the Music City, and the Mural City. And on behalf of my grandparents, whose names I always invoke, they've been gone for 25 years, Loney and Benny Pitt, and my parents, Marva Jean Pitt Riley and Joseph Riley, and giving honor to God, I thank you so much for recognizing what I try to do for our kids, for our community, and for all of the people who want to live the way we live. Thank you.
Can we give one more round of applause to all our awardees for tonight? I just want to thank you all again so much for being here. We now invite everyone to return to the lobby for our afterglow reception with coffee and dessert. Thank you again, and congratulations, everyone.